was talking for a hot minute without pressing record. What's happening, YouTube? I just got done fueling. I got fueled with an idea. And that idea was me scanning through people I know or people I think I know. And it's a thought that I've wrestled with. Not really. I don't really wrestle. I don't argue. I don't debate. I consider its value in my life. Whatever that thought may be. And the thought is, whether you want to call a friend or foe, see, I'm breaking past, like, I'm level 2 of mushroom ego death without doing the mushrooms. I never left. but that being said, all goofiness aside, man, and kind of slightly actually remove the duality, regardless if you consider people, friends, relationships, whatever you want to label it, so you can feel comfortable with said situation, whether it be friend or foe. You're not changing anyone. You're barely even changing yourself. You're probably just discovering yourself. But for the outside, viewing from the inside of self, you're not changing anyone. Your family, you're not changing. And this is for like people that are conscious. You have to be a certain level of conscious to actually think anything that I'm going to be telling you. Let me double check on this map shit. This map is doing weird shit. Alright, cool. Yeah. So like I was saying, you have to be a bare minimum level of consciousness and self-awareness you have to have to even grasp what I'm about to say. So you're not changing anyone. Most people don't change. If you look at your family and your friends, they don't change. You change. Especially if you're watching me, I promise you've changed at least a little bit from the time you were young to now. Or you're changing right now as we speak, which kudos, and I'm sorry. The pain is going to be crazy until you break through. But that's how evolution works. Pushing that aside, yeah, like, you'll change, and that causes separation, but the people you grew up with won't change. Actually, enemies can change into becoming friends. Friends usually, 9 times out of 10, turn to enemies, or distant at best, as if you never knew them. But you don't change anybody. Not saying you're seeking to change anyone, but people just don't generally change anywhere. You don't influence them either. Like, Andrew Tate said something. You are exactly who you want to be. Like, if you need some super deep inspiration and you're inspired, but only for a few minutes, and you go back to just beating your dick after eating Cheetos and rubbing crumbs on your balls and playing video games, and then watching Netflix all day after work, if you work at all, you're comfortable and you're exactly where you want to be. If you are uncomfortable with the fact that there's people that live a awesome life, an exploring life, a growing life, you wouldn't be able to sleep. It would bother you. Just like these thoughts plague the mind of a thinker. Not only financially speaking, yes, those thoughts always, like, still, and I figured out a portion of it, and I'm going to continue figuring out those portions. But not only financially, but spiritually. Things bother me. Mentally, things bother me that I can't leave unanswered. The average person will leave these things completely unanswered. They won't even ponder these things that, none of it, not financially, that's like the bare minimum, not spiritually, not economically, they won't ponder any of these things. And it takes a thing to ponder to change things. Like, I can probably offend a shitload of people by giving examples, but on this episode of Real Nigga Talk, I am not going to do that. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet and straight to the point. But, sorry, fucking boogers and mustache and everything. Of course, it's AC. There you go. Sorry. But, on this Real Nigga Talk, I'm saying, sorry, I gotta get it out of there. When you, when you finally come to terms making a change, you realize that you don't have evolving friends. You had friends at the level of consciousness you were in. You had family at the level of consciousness you were in. You had jobs at the level of consciousness you were in. Jobs is, I'm going to stick to a more relatable situation with the child explanation. As a child, as a high school, shit, in middle school, you worked probably small menial jobs as a dishwasher boy, or you worked at McDonald's or Taco Cabana or any like fast food place, or you did that probably in high school, middle school, whatever. Then you got to college, and to make by you were a waiter, and it gets a change. You don't have to work. You work kind of hard, but not that hard, for a short, small spray of time, and then you make a pocket of change, and then you go about your business. Your money's dependent on the economy now. All those waiters ate it, like during the pandemic and all that. But a lot of people don't mature surely past that too much. You have people who are, okay, I get a career. That's the big boy at graduation. Okay, you can do things with this. You have a career or a trade. People don't go past that. Because now, not only it's outside of a comfort zone, to go past it, literally, you have to step out of a very big comfort zone. But you don't have a large group of friends that will cheer you on when you get past this comfort zone. You have friends that associate with you and are happy with you when you're a waiter, when you worked before, when you're working at a fast food place, when you didn't have money, when you're broke. You still have friends with all these categories. But when you start becoming an investor, you're reading, you're studying, you're trialing and erroring for however long it takes. And look at all the people that, sadly, people praise as millionaires and billionaires. Look at them now, and look how many times they failed, and look at the extent of that they had to do and the distance they had to go to get where they are at right now. Surpassing their peers, which they are no longer cool with, talk to, or friends with. I mean, and shit, even most of their family. It's a bigger thing when you're not white, that your family separates. But when family separates from white people, it's pretty harsh. It's harsh. Every other race, we're off the bat at our necks, regardless. It's not money, it's something deeper, spiritually speaking. That's neither here or there. But when you get to those levels, there'll be slim pickings. Relationship-wise, probably not if you're a man, because that's just how it is. You're a shovel and a walking ATM at the end of the day. Spiritually speaking, the pickings are even slimmer, because it's experiences that you can, gateways you have to walk through, and only those that are properly initiated through experience alone will know, and very few have the nuts to even do anything in the physical, let alone things that are unknown to them. So that is a whole different realm that I eventually will talk on. But in between those spiritual and and financial. You have social and mental. You have the middle ground, a nice little middle ground, which still very few and fewer are dwelling in. You try to, I'm speaking from experience, try to get niggas to read books. Impossible. They'll blow their brains out before it. And I'm not talking about just my color people. I'm talking about people. Period. Right? And I get it, because life is raping us. It's like 23 hours a day, just blowing everybody's back out with something. It's just so I get it. I get it. But audiobooks. I recommend great audiobooks that'll change your life. One that changed my life. One of many. Don Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements. I recommend it to a few people. Believe it or not, a few of my niggas actually listen. And that's it. That's all. And you can't rush people's evolution, even though it's funny to watch. And here's the thing. When you spiritually, mentally, and financially evolve, and you start evolving, you wake up. You're like, the fuck? Hey, yo! You sons of bitches! I've been asleep! And you're and you're like, what the fuck, man? How long has this been going on? And you realize it's been going on your entire life. And then you start wondering, like, that's what that look was from a person that was either financially, spiritually aware, or on a different level. That's what it was. It's like, okay, I'm gonna let that seed take root and grow in its own due time. Like, nigga, give me some juice, dude. Come on, bro. Water a nigga. I mean, what's up, dude? So, as I now sit back and I see other people slowly start creeping out of their shell as years creep by, it's like, I get it, and I don't still at the same time. Like, you have to water niggas at the rate in which they are ready for it. And you gain an awareness that wasn't there previously. It's weird. It's a weird awareness. You think you're smart until you realize you're dumb. And then you get smarter, then you realize you're dumber than you were, that you realized previously. It's a weird measurement. It's a very weird measurement, man. Like, the smarter you get, it's like, oh, you're humble, man. Not by choice. It's by awareness. It's by awareness. It's self-consciousness. It's like, shit. I don't know how to explain it. And the more you become aware, the less you can explain. The more you know, the less you can talk. I don't know how to put it. It's really hard to put this into words. But I digress. You can't change people. And shit, you can barely change yourself. I don't even think you're changing yourself. You're just mentally, spiritually, financially, socially washing off. Anyway, like and subscribe.